Don't waste my time. It's nothing.
Wind blade. Maybe I wasn't meant for this world.
Over here! Let me amuse myself a little. La 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 la. Blink!
Wind blade!
The suns shine no longer.
I shall protect the Lady of the Clan.
So, this is the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh? Paimon kinda expected it to be snazzier.
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored guests. Miss Kamisato is delighted to finally meet.
Is this the Shirazage Himegimi you keep going on about? So, where's she at? Oh, behind the screen?
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, this is how Miss Kamisato is accustomed to receiving guests. Consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission. Forgive me if this is an unwelcome surprise.
Makes sense. She's a super important person after all.
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion, especially following such a long and wearisome journey over the sea. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation, and Toma assures me that you do indeed possess the power to change the tide of the times. At present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's aspirations are being senselessly trampled underfoot. Though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people with whom we share close bonds, given the contact we are required to have with them in the performance of our duties. A commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Thus, we cannot remain indifferent to this situation without also remaining indifferent to our own fate. Traveler, lend us your power, and we can... Oh.
See, milady, it's just like I said. This will take us nowhere.
No, please, wait! I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition. You must fulfill 3 small wishes on my behalf.
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps once you've met them, you will understand.
A warrior who guards a village, a former samurai who helped carry out the Vision Hunt decree, and a swordmaster determined to become the best in the world.
Correct. Please do all you can to help them. I will await your return here. Then you have my gratitude.
I'm sure you'll do great.
sure the Kamisato clan will...
Wish my sister could play hide and seek with me.
Let me try again.
Whenever you are troubled.
What? Another bad one? No, let me try again. What? Another bad one? No, let me try again. What? Another bad one? No, let me try again.
Narukami, please. See that he stays safe.
By the protection of the Electro Archon, may the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally.
Narukami, please. See that he stays safe.
Protection of the Electro Archon, may the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally.
Narukami, please. See that he stays safe.
By the protection of the Electro Archon, may the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally.
Narukami, please. See that he stays safe.
Of the Electro Archon. May the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally.
Narukami, please. See that he stays safe.
By the protection of the Electro Archon, may the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally.
Narukami, please. See that he stays safe.
Of the Electro Archon, may the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally.
Narukami, please. See that he stays safe.
Of the Electro Archon, may the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally.
Narukami, Narukami, please. See that he stays safe.
Protection of the Electro Archon, may the blossoms of the sacred
Narukami, please. See that he stays safe.
protection of the Electro Archon.
Let's see. Where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden, after all these years?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. We've had no time to prepare. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please, we urge you to reconsider.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about.
Ah, you must also be here to... Teijima has protected this, keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near, resolving quarrels between the villagers. He has put an enormous amount of work into looking after this place, and we all think the world of him. But now, all of a sudden, he says he plans... We will gladly apologize if that's the case.
If you want my opinion, something to do with the Vision Hunt decree. It's clear that Teijima had done nothing wrong, and still they confiscated his vision. After that, he became I can't claim to fully understand it, but I could tell that he'd lost something very important to him. He went off on a walk, alone, circled the village a few times, and then out of the blue, truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the right thing to do. But equally, it doesn't feel right to let him leave.
Seems like he's a well-respected... You must be Teijima.
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of what reason I would have to stay. True, but that's not why I chose to stay here. And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never wanted to leave in all that time? I don't have answers to those questions because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took my vision away, it's like a slice of my memory is gone. In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then, it's gone now. So I thought, what's to stop me from moving around instead? The emptiness inside me will be there either way.
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the reason But if you can't remember... Oh! Maybe if you just...
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Teijima some fruit, I do believe I saw it.
I keep a diary?
Oh, yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying at the time that you wanted to make a note of a few interesting things. Things which would prove very important at a later date.
Perfect! So if we want to keep Teijima from leaving, we just need to find his diary.
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary. We should head back to the village to inform...
This looks like Teijima's diary. Let's see what we have today. The villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salted fish. I messed up and burned mine a little, so I had to pretend that it was black snakehead instead. Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After me, that his best friend Bamboo was still in the water. I searched the water the whole afternoon before finding out that Bamboo was the name of his pet crab. I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized I was never going to get it back, so I just found somewhere to sit and watch as it flew away into the distance. Seems like your average Huh? I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The Omamori you gave me, now that's the kind of info we're looking for. So this is the Omamori Tejima wrote about. Interesting. Looking at the color and the design. But anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his elemental energy remained on it. Do you think that... that Tejima visited a lot? The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe Tejima must be something pretty amazing if it made him stick around. It looks like a letter. Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again? So the reason Tejima... But he's been here for 30 years! Oh, well, let's go give
One day, I'll be as great as Ryuji.
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. And I guess the Oma... But I have no memory of any... Still, it's clear that I was waiting for someone here, and that I chose... Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. Anything that I could share with her when we were... And just look at all the things that did happen over the years. The time has flown by so quickly. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Now that I think about it, when my vision was love, regret, everything I felt for her. No. After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if all the... I think... maybe not. If this is something I waited most of my life for, I suppose I should carry on waiting. Although, what if she were to turn up eventually, only to find I didn't remember so much as her name? Wouldn't that be... When I think about it like that, I do feel a slight tinge of sadness in my heart. How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? It's just like that feeling of emptiness. The feeling that something is... missing. Thank you both for helping me reconnect with my reason for staying here. I shall remain here and keep waiting for her.
Tejima seems to be dealing okay, but still, it makes Paimon really sad. Seems it's just like Ayaka and Tomo were saying. If you lose your vision, you lose all your hopes and dreams too. That certainly explains the state Teijima was in earlier. At least we were able to help him, weren't we? Well, let's go find the next person. According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
One day, I'll be as great as Ryuji.
I've already waited this long. May as well keep waiting. I've already waited this long. May as well keep waiting.
One day, I'll be as great as Ryuji.
They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma, the ones actually enforcing the Vision Hunt decree. But why would they take action against one of their own? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation. How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some goods to be pocketed by greed.
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang, no?
What? We just happened to be we heard the commotion and came to see what—
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses. He's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden show—
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would she ever want us to— Maybe we should talk to Kurs.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous.
If I was hoarding supplies, would I still be the poor man I am today? My own family can barely get by as it is. No, if you look... That's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking off in my work. Apparently, I'd even disappointed the Raiden Shogun. And that's why they confiscated my vision.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt Decree. Why would you be—
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details. All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. But I don't recall what they were. And it's not just that. I have this unsettling feeling.
Does it have to do with the missing
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through... To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders. Which is why I came here in the first place. I was chasing after them when I got held up by... If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If they...
He seems to be... But we better confirm. Let's go... We should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't have gone too far.
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit the jackpot. I mean, besides that one house.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more where this came. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic journey of pillage and plunder that will go down in hoarder history.
You demand, boss!
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after. Let's teach them a lesson!
Fry!
Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know? Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you. Kurosawa. Oh, I remember. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh?
So what did you see inside?
Food supplies. You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking... I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself. But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal?
You've got a deal!
Huh?
What the...
There's nothing in here!
Yeah. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the... As for you guys...
So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs.
Shut it. Let's...
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got everything you need. Or perhaps there's something you want. Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it? Perhaps you're here to—
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're just here to learn where they all came from. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on his own account. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he started writing out IOUs to cover whatever he couldn't afford of the usual amount.
So that's how he was getting those emergency But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased, couldn't he just buy—
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how much they needed to sustain them each time. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough, especially after such long and careful— So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people—
Wow. Kurosawa was— and no one ever appreciated what he did. They just complained and held him accountable.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hardship, nobody cares to— if you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, then there wouldn't be such a— Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. What he was doing was truly a thankless deed. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, if you're still curious, why don't you go ask him— I see. That reminds me, it seems that his vision was recently confiscated. Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that is so dear to him.
Sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a very valuable blade. He's carried it for years. I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father, that it was too precious to— In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Everything has its— Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps— Oh, but before you go—
But we—
Information is also a kind of— Don't worry. I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing we ever discussed.
At least we now know where the emergency provisions are coming from. Plus, we found— Let's go talk to Kurosawa again and see if he can remember anything.
You can find everything and anything in Tsukumomono Groceries.
What are you doing here?
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders?
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency provisions, but they were all purchased at your...
Strange. Is that... I don't really have any such recollection. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation? But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow reluctant to do. This sword was once wielded by my father. I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. My father ended up catching me in the act and scolded me severely. What did he say? I can't seem to remember that. It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me. All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed. Before he passed away, he placed the sword in my hands and said to me,
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be some more. Can you recognize the words?
Virtue? Somehow those two words seem to explain taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must have been my greatest ambition after all. But what use are virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for those in need. The Tenryo Commission seized my vision, and the very people I was so desperately trying to... And the irony of all of it is, I somehow still felt sorry when threatening them with I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally unable to be bad.
Yet another trouble. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. The Yashiro Commission... In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems like losing all ambition is a terrible experience. Fortunately for us, you don't have a vision. Let's go find the next poor soul.
Just me. Don't worry. Hachiko will be fine.
Atsuko. She's still okay?
Don't worry. Hachiko will be fine.
Unrelenting willpower.
third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts. Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. Sounds pretty impressive. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around. Let's go talk to them.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the end.
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him. Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken him. This time...
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place...
Hey there!
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out! Don't make me draw my blade, or you...
No! You got it so wrong! We just came here to...
Disciples?
Yep. But then we got here and overheard you talking about...
From the way you're... Please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble recently that we're on high alert. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. He's not able to take on any new disciples for the time being. I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, how about this? My fellow disciple Nanako and I will explain Sensei's situation to you in a little more detail. Then you can decide whether to stay. Sensei's name is Domon, a name I'm sure you've already heard. Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominent sword masters, never losing a single fight. He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master. And so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. His fervor truly inspired us, and we trained hard, determined to keep up with him. But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He hasn't been the same since. He says the strangest things over and over, and he refuses to let us train. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's been possessed by an evil spirit. So we've asked the shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine to perform an exorcism. But if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over whether he'll completely recover.
The Grand Narukami Shrine? What's that?
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty Shogun herself. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine would have clear power and authority to perform an exorcism. So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be just fine. The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more than welcome to come and watch.
So, losing your vision can cause possession?
Shh. So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive any earlier. You would have had to witness Sensei in one of his fits of madness. Just now, when Nanako was attending to him, she heard him whispering a few names to himself. When she asked him who the people were, he suddenly looked panic-stricken. It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantically around him with bloodshot. All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew. Others we didn't recognize. But they all seemed to be the names of sword masters he had defeated in the past. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. His senior, in fact. Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently... Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. if he wakes up.
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? Uh-oh, we won't let them get away with it. Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious person sighted! That's gotta...
How did you... Are you sure you're Domon's disciples? Unless... I guess it's been a few years.
Excuse me? And what are you doing sneaking around these parts?
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side with Domon back in the day. I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know...
His senior?
Anzai. Yes, that's me. Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, we trained under the same swordmaster, studying Meikyo Shisui art together. I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and practitioners of Meikyo Shisui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. So the majority of disciples are indifferent to rank and reward. I was no exception. But Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him, with a beaming smile on his face, how to become the best in the world. Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best swordmaster, barely days into his training, showed that he had a fickle mind, and that this would impede him from ever mastering the blade. I thought so too at the time, but Domon began making swift progress in his training and even started catching up with me. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind from all agitation. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection in the art of the sword, and nothing could deter him from this goal, no matter what stood in his way.
Sure sounds like he meant business.
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match, but my pride and my status too. Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei too. Sensei was advanced in years by then, and unfortunately, that match used up every last ounce of energy. After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down, though, I still respected his mastery of the blade, and his So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he, of all people, have lost his mind? His mind was the sharpest of them all. He had practiced Meikyo Shisui art to perfect. I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my name. I thought mine was a name he had long since forgotten. So you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. Okay, you've heard my story.
Seems like we got it wrong this time. Still, Paimon's not sure we should bring him back with us.
What? You're saying he... Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible?
Nanako, please.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit but
Spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. Thus, I dare not and all is certainly not lost. For I received word not long ago that Lady Yai has taken an interest.
Lady Yai? Is that...
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine?
Correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience in the exorcism of evil spirits and aversion of great calamities. I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei, but Lady Yai can give a conclusive verdict.
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift for Lady Yai?
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand Narukami Shrine. Lady Yai does not like to be kept waiting. I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine. I wish Domon a full and speedy recovery.
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken notice of our sensei's case?
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve Lady Yai's attention?
No, that's not what I meant at all. I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head shrine maiden. She has direct and close contact. Anyway, you should join us, given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei. We, the disciples...
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty excited. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out a thing or two. Do you think that's Lady Yai? Oh, no wonder Junyo is so excited. She has a really striking presence. Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look right at us just now? It was probably nothing. It's not like she's ever seen us before.
Keep away. Keep away from me. I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me go, I beg you.
As you can see, Lady Yai, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in duels past, gathered all around him to persecute him.
Lady Yai, it must be a possession, right? This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came his way, he would always face it with a confident smile.
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
But then does that mean he...
Yes. This is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he finally descended into madness. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision. For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yai, even without his ambition, why should he suffer such a dramatic change? How does that explain his descent into madness?
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve it. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he himself had taught. Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, And defeated them both? Can one truly remain unagitated, of still mind in moments such as these?
Lady I'm not sure I understand.
The path of the sword master is filled with twists and turns. It is no small undertaking to pursue the position of greatest sword master in the world. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others, even those of one's closest companions. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these encounters, to focus on the way ahead. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. As he battled his growing anxiety, he slowly descended into the state you see him in now. Much like a certain fatally flawed friend of mine.
Poor Sensei. To think he's been suffering so greatly.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Father, Sensei, Ansai.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Ansai? Where did he come from? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Ansai, why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost? You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it would come.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. But I didn't come here to settle a score. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing wrong that day. I couldn't face the humiliation. That's why I ran. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, when you cut our ambitions short, we entrusted them to you, in the hopes that they might carry you further. Now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer, since you've been stripped of your ambitions too. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword all the way to the highest peak. You taught them that, didn't you?
But what if one day, the same thing happens to them? I put everything I had into trying to become the best. But what if it was all a huge mistake right from the start? If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are now than go any further down this path.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirates, I told myself I would follow in your footsteps for the rest of my days. I can't know whether I will suffer in my future as you do now. All I know is that here and now, in the present, I wish to continue. I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with my head held high and announce that I, like my sensei Domon before me, am a master of Meikyo Shisui art.
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually, all of us think that way.
Goodness. Well,
You see? You can place the ambition you once had in their hands. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me, so I can't claim to understand it. But I do know what it feels like to have your ambitions crushed. That's what happened on the day that you so effortlessly defeated me. So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, it is time for you to release yours into their custody. You are not in the same position that I was. When I left, I had nothing to my name. But you have a great number of worthy disciples.
I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state of Meikyo Shisui. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me will not abate, so I cannot hope to still my mind and be free. But as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting unto you everything I have learned in my life. This is my promise. And I humbly ask Ansai.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, just to make sure you hadn't lost your mind again. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo anymore, so I will simply stop by once in a while to make sure you aren't cutting any corners with them. Well, Don't just stand there staring at me. Say thank you to Lady Yai.
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on his behalf. Guess that sort of solves this one, huh?
Traveler, a moment, please. Lady Yai has some words for you.
So, my intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Ooh, Lady Yai seems to have... She seems super mysterious. Paimon's so curious. We can come back to it another time. For now, we should go report back to Miss Kamisato.
By the protection of the Electro Archon, may the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally.
Narukami, please. See that he stays safe.
Surely that child isn't slacking off. 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 Surely that child isn't slacking off.
guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
Huh?
Traveler, Paimon, it is a pleasure to finally meet you both face to face. I have heard all about how you helped our three friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Yeah, short of getting them their visions back, it seems like there's no way to really help them. Ayaka, how come this time you get to come out and meet us in person?
Because now that you have done the three things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends. As you will observe, I dispense with the screen for Toma also.
Wait a second. But isn't Toma your, servant? Paimon's happy to help and all, but Paimon sure as heck did not sign up to be a servant.
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Toma is first and foremost my friend, and was so before he ever became my attendant.
Oh, okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty different out in the open compared to how you are behind the screen. Alright, we can be friends.
Thank you both kindly. Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings on what you have seen? Perhaps in the eyes of a deity such as the almighty Shogun, the lives of those who inhabit the world are inconsequential. Thunders roar, lightnings flash, the winds assault, and the rains descent. All these things take place with no regard for the feelings of the common people. But I believe that surely you understand what they must endure. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. In which case, perhaps you would be willing to reconsider your stance? You will? Really? Naturally.
Alright, bravo, my lady. You were right all along.
See? I told you he wouldn't reject them. I'd placed my trust in the right person after all. Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more confidential nature, perhaps we could move to the Komori Tea House? We ought not to involve other members of the Yashiro Commission.
Well, here we are again.
Please continue without me. I'll keep watch.
So, what's the deal with this place anyway? What makes it your favorite meeting spot?
This is land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato clan has the exclusive right to plan, build, and repair any property on this land, and even to allow or deny access. Such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs. Oftentimes, it is not appropriate to discuss details in front of bystanders.
Oh, Paimon gets it! Gotta keep a bit of mystery.
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house here. Only members of the Yashiro Commission are permitted to come and go as they please.
Makes sense. Perfect place for a secret base.
In any case, we can talk freely here. I presume you have a few questions. The almighty Shogun. I've seen her on but only a few occasions, most of them formal ceremonies. She inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes a sense of absolute authority. But as I recall, there was something else about her that struck me even more deeply. It was her almost complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, she appeared to me to be less of a ruler and more of, well, an executive official, I suppose. Focused exclusively on her single goal of implementing eternity, acting accordingly without feeling. The issue is this. For the vast majority of people, the Vision Hunt Decree is something that has no implications whatsoever. After all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive visions. Moreover, it is not unknown for visions to spark jealousy in others. Because of this, the attitude of most people towards the Vision Hunt Decree is one of indifference.
How can they be like that? Paimon's getting mad.
Nevertheless, in addition to us, there is also the resistance on Watatsumi Island.
Resistance? You mean like an...
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sangonomiya on Watatsumi Island to form a resistance group. To say a little more about Sangonomiya, historically, there has always been some conflict between them and the shogunate of Narukami Island due to their different belief systems. But I do wonder whether there may be some other agenda behind their resistance movement, beyond merely fighting the Vision Hunt Decree. Of course! We have tried on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, each time a proposal to repeal the decree arrives at Tenshukaku, it is promptly vetoed by both the Tenryou Commission and the Kanjo Commission, and subsequently scrapped. They invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support for the Shogun's decisions. They have no interest in discussing anything. It almost makes one wonder whether they had a hand in the Shogun's sudden decision to issue the Vision Hunt Decree.
Ooh, Paimon has a question.
Oh? What would you like?
Have you got a plan yet to fight the Vision Hunt?
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt Decree is tantamount to challenging a deity. Coming to terms with that is already a difficult step to take.
So what do we...
Well, for the moment, all we can do is try and reduce the harm that is being caused by this decree. For example, by providing vision bearers with safe refuge, or manufacturing counterfeit visions for them as a contingency measure.
You're telling Paimon that there are people out there who can make fake visions?
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye, their counterfeits are indistinguishable from the genuine article. The problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who was providing us with counterfeit visions, has recently been arrested by the Tenryou.
Darn! So they found...
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution, and that it was only a matter of time before it would be exposed. But we cannot simply abandon Master Masakatsu. Exactly. I feel the same way. But given mine and Toma's identities as part of the Yashiro Commission, breaking him out of prison would risk dragging down the reputation of the entire Kamisato clan should we be caught. That would only serve to cast suspicion on any future activity we might seek to attempt. By no means do we intend to place the burden of such a task on your shoulders alone. When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Naganohara family. There, you will find someone who can help you.
Delicious tea.
Just hand it over. You don't want any trouble with me. If you think your elemental powers are enough to resist the Vision Hunt decree, believe me, you're not the first of your kind we've encountered, and we've seen the same unpleasant outcome time after time.
Can't you make an exception? I just got this vision.
So this is the Vision Hunt decree in action, huh? We can't just sit around and watch the— Psst! Hey! Huh? There's someone— Come on! This way! What's going on? Keep— Shh! Quiet! Hey! This isn't right, you know! Just because you don't have a vision doesn't mean— Huh? Hey!
Shh! If you don't keep your voice down, I won't have one much longer.
All right.
Wise.
What should we do now? He's already— this is your fault! You're the—
Many thanks, Miss Yoimiya. If you hadn't swapped me a fake just now, I'm sure I would have lost it.
No worries. You put on quite the convincing performance.
Oh, so that's what's going on here. And to think Paimon was about to unleash Paimonial wrath on Miss Yoimiya.
Think nothing of it. I could tell from your reaction we were on the same side. You just didn't know it, you know? Oh, right. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Yoimiya, the current owner of Naganohara Fireworks. It ain't much, but it's honest work.
Practically everyone on Hanamizaka knows Yoimiya. She's the queen of the summer festival. Without her and her fireworks, summer on Narukami Island just wouldn't be the same.
Whoa, that's quite the introduction.
Stop it, Hanjiro. You'll embarrass me. As for thanking me, you'd be better off thanking Master Masakatsu. He's the one that gave me the fake visions in the first. His handiwork allowed me to keep my own vision. Whew, I can't even imagine trying to run the business with—
Yes, Master Masakatsu is a good man. It's too bad good people seldom get the recognition they deserve.
Master Masakatsu?
Huh? Do you guys know him too? You don't say! Then it sounds like the Shirsagi Himegimi has a plan. Awesome! I've been thinking about breaking him out too recently, but if I just marched straight in there by myself, I'd probably get Miss Kamisato in a whole heap of trouble. So, what about if I...
Sure! Welcome to the team! Ayaka told us to go look for help at a fireworks shop. She must have...
Seems like I finally got a new job to do. Besides hiding vision bearers in my shop, that is. So, Master Masakatsu is being held at the police station. I've already surveyed the area and found a way...
Whoa, talk about a reliable source! Seems
not bad, huh? Let's go as soon as everyone's ready. Don't worry, Master Masakatsu. We're on our way.
Time to break...
Shogun must have her reasons.
Now that we're inside, this place is a whole lot creepier than Paimon imagined.
Come on, this way! As long as we stay quiet, I certainly wouldn't want to end up locked away in here. Let's find Master We should split up. I've got a little present to prepare for Master Masakatsu.
You sure? Alright then. Just be careful.
Yes,
I must withdraw.
I'll protect us.
Talk about a big door. Seems we need to collect something shaped like Magatama in order to open it.
Show me what you
Born of ice and frost. This is long overdue.
Let the show think.
Wind blade! Disappear!
I must watch us think something. Bastard.
Battle formation! Get them!
I'll protect us.
I've lost.
This wall looks a bit odd. Maybe there's some special trick to it. These guys seem a lot tougher than usual. Paimon wonders if that armor over there has anything to do with the source of their strength.
I must withdraw.
Teach me a lesson.
Get them!
Allow me to strike with the wind!
Wind blade!
Watch your step! Show me what you've got!
Let's dance.
Don't hold back! Show me what you've got! Allow me to strike first! Slash!
Ready, steady, go!
I dare you! Don't hold back! Show me what you've got! I've been bested. I need to train harder.
Doesn't that Magatama shape look pretty similar to the grooves on the door over there? Brace yourself. Show me what you've got. Let the show begin. For Rex Lapis!
Windblade! Disappear!
Submit!
Show me what you've got! Don't hold back! Show me what you've got! I dare you!
Go, Barbara, go! Oh. Hike. Hike.
I need to train harder. Watch your step. I've been bested.
I must withdraw.
Must be Master Masakatsu.
Did you really think that little trick of yours could fool us?
Locking you up was just the beginning.
Oh no! Those Tenryo Commission.
If we don't come up with a way to break him out fast, then... Huh? Yoimiya, when did you get back here?
I can't bear to watch. If anything happens to Master Masakatsu, our whole plan will have been...
Hey, you there! What are you doing?
Ma'am.
We were just teaching him a little lesson.
Huh? That's Kujo Sara, adopted daughter of the Kujo clan of the Tenryo Commission. She's also a general in the Shogun's army.
Make way! Let me have a look at him! I'm sure you're well aware that torture is strictly against military regulations.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are unashamed of such disgraceful action, then you are also unworthy of the Tenryo Commission
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Paimon sure wouldn't want to get on.
Hey, this is our chance. Let's move.
Yoimiya, are you sure?
Who is that? Quick, going in.
Yes, ma'am.
They're coming! Quick, hide!
Sorry. I didn't mean to. Don't worry, I've got us covered.
Huh? Was that an explosion?
It sounded like fireworks.
Quick, let's hurry!
The fireworks were enough to distract.
Fireworks aren't just for festivals, you know. I was particularly...
Yoimiya, this is turning into a...
Well, fireworks are my craft after all. Every batch has to be spectacular.
Look, the coast is clear!
Let's dance.
Yoimiya, is that you?
Master Masakatsu! Sorry we took...
Come on! We've got no time to lose! Oh.
Yes. Leave. Before I let my judgment get the... He's in serious condition. Be sure he gets immediate... But remember, once he's recovered, it won't be long until I bring him...
Well... You can bet we'll do all we...
Leave this place.
We're finally out of that creepy place.
Yes. Finally, I've made it out of there.
Master Masakatsu, how do you...
Don't worry. I think I can make it to the infirmary without keeling over.
Thank you. All of you. I'll take him to get treated. I'll treat you to a round...
Don't worry about us. Just take care of Master Masakatsu. Good thing we were able to rescue him. Right, Kujusara. Do you think she was making up for how the guards were treating him? It seems as though there are some okay people among the ranks of the Tenryou Commission. Though Paimon would never agree with their actions in the vision. How about we go tell Ayaka and the others the good news?
I see. So Kujo Sara stayed her hand. It would appear she still has some honor to her. I wonder if we should try establishing contact with her. Perhaps we could coax out some information.
Unlikely. Don't forget, Kujo Sara is also carrying out the Vision Hunt decree. She obeys the orders of the Raiden Shogun without question. In her eyes, Master Masakatsu is of no threat to the decree. This is why she was so willing to allow his escape. If our true motives were ever divulged, she would act against us without a second thought.
True. Though if you ask me, Master Masakatsu's release is an unexpected blessing. We are now one step closer to victory. And we couldn't have done it without Yoimiya and the Traveler. You're turning out to be even more reliable than we expected.
Don't mention.
Indeed. Things may have turned out very differently this time without the help of the Traveler. But if we wish to mount any sizable resistance against the Vision Hunt decree, there is still much to... It is time we make ready our next set of...
There's no need to rush, my lady. Things seem to have taken a turn for the better, at least. Not only have we rescued Master Masakatsu, but... yes, which reminds me. The Tenryou Commission seems to be making preparations for a celebration. They call it us, and the number of samurai out enforcing the Vision Hunt decree seems to be waning. The days ahead may be more peaceful.
A ceremony, you say? Why would such a task...
I don't know, but I'm sure it has nothing to do with us. Anyway, with the Tenryou Commission busy with preparations, we should have a little more breathing.
You being in a constant state of alert will only tire us further. Perhaps a pure... Toma, what would you say?
I'd say a celebratory feast is in order. Might I suggest an evening? Funny enough, I learned a new hot pot game recently. I'm sure you'll...
A hot pot game? What's...
Simply put, every person prepares an ingredient to add to the hot pot. Once the meal begins, we take it in turns to close our eyes, pick an ingredient out of the pot, taste it, and anyone who guesses correctly can go again, and whoever finishes the meal with the most points is declared the winner. Tradition even has it that the winner receives blessings from the god. Don't you think it sounds like fun?
You really do want to play... Well, sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Time to gather some Let's see what we've got here. Fresh fish fillets, shrimp, nice! You can't go wrong with this. Paimon never thought we'd be the only ones to actually put anything edible into the pot. Don't go wasting the rest now. This was possibly the scariest looking hot pot Paimon's ever seen. Fortunately, Toma ended up eating...
You can say that again. But hey, at least I got the most points. Oh, wait a moment. That doesn't feel good.
I'm afraid it's your own fault for adding all those strange ingredients, Toma. The soup flavor wasn't quite the same after. Even with the traveler's normal ingredients, I still couldn't guess any of them correctly.
But weren't you the one who added those little cakes, Ayaka? I think the traveler boiling cakes in hot pot. Ugh.
I must apologize. To be perfectly honest, I thought...
Uh-oh. I'm definitely... I feel like a new man.
You know, Toma, all you had to do was guess wrong on purpose and it would have been someone else's turn. Talk about being competitive.
Guess I've been feeling unlucky recently and wanted the God of Hot Pot's blessing. Perhaps I did get a little carried away. Still, I couldn't be beaten at my own game first time around. I think my luck has already taken a turn for the better. I can sense it. So without further ado, I hereby declare that the winner of today's Hot Pot Challenge is... me.
Oh, brother.
Ah, good effort, team. Another important job taken care of. Next on the agenda, some well-earned rest and relaxation.
Yes. If the Tenryo Commission truly is as busy with preparations as Toma claims, then some rest would be a welcome change of pace. And with the extra time, there are some other matters I wish...
Let's all take some much-needed time off. After a few days' rest, we'll reconvene at the Komori Tea House and discuss... Downtime is hard to come by these days, so be sure... I'll tidy things up here and start thinking about our ingredients for our next round.
There's gonna be a sequel?
Sure, why not? We should play again now that everyone knows the rules.
Bye, Toma! Seems we won't need to be visiting the Komori Tea House for...
The books were more interesting in the past.
Where do we go from here? What's the plan?
Traveler, Paimon! Hold on!
Huh? Ayaka?
Something has come up, and I would like to request... But you ought not be nervous. This is not coming from the Yashiro...
Individual request?
Correct. It concerns... This may seem a little sudden, but in my view, you are the only... A few days ago, I was sorting through some old family belongings when I found a note. She wrote about all kinds of things, mostly of little consequence. But what drew my attention was a name. It is one that I have never heard before, so the fact that she mentions it so frequently...
Probably your mom's best buddy, right?
Never. And although my mother and father passed away many years ago, both my brother and I are familiar with the vast majority of their acquaintance. So, I am very curious about the... According to the notebook, their name is Tsubaki. This seems to have been someone very important to my mother. Someone with a lot of personality, who liked to have fun.
Paimon thinks it sounds like...
That's what I thought too.
So what do you want? Do you need us to...
No. Her address is given in the notebook. We can head straight there. Please keep everything I've The proper course of action would be to involve my brother and visit her together. But he is terribly busy at present, and on a more selfish note, I don't wish to involve anybody else from Inazuma in this matter. Exactly. That, and you are also a kind, well-mannered person with a genuine concern for other people. Not to mention trustworthy. I would not feel comfortable with anyone else.
You can count on us! We've done greeting gifts before, so we should be able to help. In terms of payment...
Wonderful. In fact, I was hoping to take this opportunity to show you both around.
Oh, we don't mind. We don't mind.
Thank you kindly. Shall we head off then? Ogura Textiles and Kimonos is our first stop.
Alright, sounds great! Promotion. Hey, speaking of, we haven't been anywhere fun since we arrived in Inazuma.
No, what made you think that? Festivals are a common occurrence here in Inazuma. We in the Yashiro Commission are very well acquainted with these sorts of customs. Each season brings its own festival, and each festival in turn brings a fresh challenge to the task of maintaining public order. So, while festivals are undoubtedly joyous and lively occasions, for us, they are also a cause for concern. Oh, my apologies. I should stop thinking about work. This is hardly relevant to the matter at hand. This store here is the place I wanted to visit.
Oh, so you weren't checking out the promotion? Well, let's take a look.
Welcome! I have all the latest styles. Please take a look. Oh, it's Miss Kamisato, with guests from overseas. Welcome to Ogura Textiles and Kimonos. Are you here to purchase fabric or for tailored garments?
Oh, greetings to you too. I have a design here for a garment. Would you be so kind as to take a look?
Oh, Ayaka came prepared.
Let me see. This could be...
It could be...
Oh, it's a very fine design. Miss Kamisato, you'd like us to make a kimono following this design, yes?
Please, if you could.
I'm honored that you'd choose Ogura Textiles and Kimonos for your tailoring needs. Based on the design, this kind of kimono would require silk made from the silk flower. The majority of Inazuma's silk is imported from the U.S. As you well know, Inazuma is, in all honesty, the impact on the textiles industry has been quite significant. We're struggling to import high-grade, but of course, where our customers are able...
So you're saying we need to go and buy...
If even Ogura Textiles and Kimonos can't get a hold of high-grade fabric...
You could try the International Trade Association. They are a little better connected than we are. After all, the association brings together merchants from... The only thing is their prices. They're not the cheapest. In times like these, though, we're lucky to even have an option of getting a hold of the things we want.
So even just getting clothes Wait, the International Trade Association?
It looks like that will be our... Thank you ever so much. We will be back... Oh, in the meantime, I have one other very...
Why is she being so secret?
Much obliged.
My pleasure, Miss Kamisa. Honestly, I'm just as excited as you to see the end product. We haven't made a silk kimono for the longest time now, and this is...
That's very kind of you, thank you. Traveler Paimon, let's try our luck at the...
Textiles and kimonos it is.
I do hope you managed...
Welcome to Netsuke no Gen.
This is it. The International Trade Association.
Okay then, we need to talk to Kurisu, right? Huh, doesn't look like he's here. Let's look around.
Sorry. I need to think about it.
Why in the world can't I use my permit?
Look! There he is!
Ah, looks like we found... Mr. Kurisu, are you alright?
Oh! You're...
Better than you, it appears.
And if it isn't the Traveler, I haven't seen you in a while. I take it you've been out of Rito? Thanks again for your help last time. The association is back in business, and it's...
That's great, but, why were you staring into...
Well, it's embarrassing to admit, but some of the association's goods...
Which goods were stolen?
It was a batch of high... We imported a big batch of silk from Liyue several years ago. It's been... Recently, we heard that clothing stores in the city have more or less sold all their silk stocks. So we figured now would be a good time to bring our batch out of storage, thinking it'd probably fit... The vagrants swiped the whole batch, then disappeared into the woods. I'd report it to the authority. Well, as you know, they don't think much of foreign merchants like us. The Kanjo Commission don't want to give us the time of day. Honestly, you can just tell that our suffer...
Well, I also take issue with aspects of the Kanjo Commission's operational methods. Please remember, Mr. Kurisu, that while you were here in Inazuma...
My apology. Anyway, there doesn't seem to be much we can do ourselves. Perhaps I'm doomed to...
I am afraid I can't intervene in an official capacity, but I can still...
Of course, I would...
Huh?
Yes, acting in my own capacity, mind you. Even then, there is no escaping the fact that my every action and word will be seen to reflect on the Yashiro. I do so not without reservation, so... I hope that aside, as I'm sure you're aware, I'm afraid that given your position and that of the International Trade Association, please try...
We will, but, what if someone high up in the Kanjo Commission sees what you're doing and doesn't like it? You're a highly respected member of society. Surely putting your
Very humorous. Let's not forget that I am the eldest daughter of the Kamisato clan, I would be very surprised indeed if anybody in the Kanju Commission felt that I was accountable to them for my actions.
Whoa, that sent shivers down Paimon's spine. Does everyone from a powerful clan talk like that?
Mr. Kurisu, I need to know the exact time and location of the theft, and anything that stood out about the perpetrator's appearance.
Thank you so much. Let's see, it was 2 hours ago now, over at the,
Everyone, please follow me to the scene of the crime.
All right.
Here we are. This is where we were robbed.
Hey, look on the ground. What are those?
Huh? Footprints. Very deep ones at that. Leading towards the forest.
Presumably the depth suggests that they were carrying something heavy.
Let's see where they lead.
Healthy body, healthy mind. way behind schedule.
You think you can get your stuff back with this bunch? You must be dreaming.
Why, you better...
Why wouldn't I, old man? Answer me this. You're one of those you trade association types are worms. Coming over to our land, leeching off our people. Who's gonna leap to your defense, huh? Tell me, who's gonna stick their neck out for the likes... Look at that. Face it. This is Inazuma. You've got no ties here. You're at the bottom of the pile. Can you really blame us for walking?
You are despicable.
Hey! I just had an idea.
Business?
Pay up. And you can take your fabric back. Sound good? If you ask me, it beats walking out of here with black eyes and a broke...
You're
Wait. Mr. Kurisu, please do not...
But...
I trust you remember our agreement? If you keep your lips firmly sealed, I choose...
Oh, yes, of course.
Then please stand well back where it is safe. Now.
It's my lucky day!
My apologies!
Feel my blade! Boom! To move! No more, a thing or two! How's this?
Whirling snow! So rude!
My blade! More! You know a thing or two! Boom! To move!
Unthinkable! I'll protect us! Kamisato art! Sume!
My blade!
Take flight!
Want a taste of my...
Let's get down to business!
Whirling snow!
My blade! There's
Let
more!
the show begin. La 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 la.
My apologies! Unthinkable!
Say no more!
All hail!
Should place my hand.
Whirling snow!
My blade!
Embrace the
Nice!
To the very light blade!
My apologies! Take flight!
To the very...
Well, that's resolved then.
No, please, It was nothing.
Miss Kamisato, travel...
Don't worry, we're fine. The vagrants left in quite a hurry. It would seem they didn't have time to take anything with them. I believe you're still in good...
Thank you. Thank you.
You'd best do a count.
6, 8...
Great! Now we can...
Buy silk? You mean you need some of the silk?
This was indeed our...
Don't get us wrong, though. That's not the reason we helped you out. Even if it were just a few carrots or cabbages, chances are we still would have... Paimon thinks we're pretty lucky. If we arrived any later, our chances of getting silk in Inazuma...
I honestly can't thank you all enough. Please, say no more. You need silk?
Thank you, good sir.
Oh, it's free of charge. I could never ask you...
No, that will never do. Things cost what they cost, and what they cost is what Merchants already have enough challenges to deal with, and as Paimon explained, my help was unconditional. Please, sell your wares There is nothing to feel distressed about, because nothing, I repeat, nothing happened here in these woods today, did it?
Thank you, I don't think I could ever repay you. You have helped me greatly, and I'm afraid we must part ways. I must get these goods back to the association. If you ever need anything at all, just come to the internet.
Very well.
See you then! Bye!
Traveler, thank you for stepping in to help out.
But how come those vagrants didn't seem to know who you were? They must move in completely different circles. Maybe they've never...
Perhaps. Either way, I'm glad they didn't recognize me. The fewer people who know what happened today...
It's not every day an important person like you helps out someone like Kurisu. It really should...
Oh, your praise is quite unwarranted. I merely did what anyone in my position would have done. I admit that it did feel strange for me to come to his aid. But this should have nothing to do with identity or social class. As far as I'm concerned, it was one individual helping another in need. I guess that deep down, I don't see how a society can be considered just when people encounter such obstacles in their livelihood. Sorry, I'm getting off topic. Right. Let's head back.
Okay.